What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, I'm gonna bring you a tutorial and overall overview of Autosnipe, one of the trading bots that I've been using to trade meme coins on a daily basis and get very good money for myself and for my private group. Before we get started, obviously, don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel if you haven't already. I don't know what you're doing with your life if you haven't. And also follow me on X. There's a lot of alpha that you're gonna find on there and all my links. You know where to find me anyway. So let's get to the point. What is Autosnipe? Autosnipe is a trading bot that basically simplifies your life when it comes to metrics, filters, and also with simplifying buying orders, making them almost instant, and also enabling you to take limit orders and also protecting you from rugs. So I'm going to explain to you exactly how. So the way that it works is that you connect your Solana Phantom wallet, and by the way, this is only available for Solana. Some of the features that you can't find anywhere else are the scam AI, the proprietary algorithm that alerts you if this is a risk of a scam. Obviously, you're going to be able to set limit orders. I'm going to show you the interface myself in a second. Also, there's a very strong referral program. And by the way, I haven't even mentioned, this video is not sponsored by them, but I do take, obviously, referral fees if you sign up with my link, which I'm going to leave down in the description and also as a pinned comment right here. And by using my referral link, not only you get a discount of 40% off forever when it comes to trading fees, but you also get instant access to the trading bot because there's almost like a 200,000 people waiting list for this. But if you get registered with my referral, you get instant access automatically, so you don't have to wait. There's also a scam, rug, and honeypot protection. So longer the days in which you need to go to rug check or even to token sniffer, everything is detected right here. So if there's any red flags, it's all going to be detected into the Autosnipe bot, into the bot. There's smart MEV protection. I'm going to explain you what it is in a second. And obviously, be aware of scammers. Always make sure that you're using the right website. The URL needs to be HTTPS and not HTTP. Obviously, if you follow my referral, you're not going to go into a scam link, but if you're just Googling it or if you're just typing the address automatically, always make sure that you're on the correct website. Otherwise, your wallet is going to be drained. So this is all you got to do. You connect your Solana wallet, you deposit Solana to your Autosnipe wallet, so you're gonna see the balance of your Solana wallet, and then you're gonna have the trading wallet into the Autosnipe, and from there you can deposit and withdraw at any moment, and then start sniping tokens. So let's actually go to the interface. Right now, you can see that my Solana balance is 0 because I don't like to keep funds here. People are gonna ask me, is this safe to use these trading bots? It usually is, unless you click on a scammy link or you go on a scammy website, but I like to withdraw and then deposit money only if I'm actively using the bot to trade. So I don't really leave a lot of funds there. If I do, they're gonna be just 2 or 3 Solana, but then I withdraw them to my Phantom wallet. So I hope it makes sense. I'm not gonna show you the exact thing because obviously I don't want you to see my wallet addresses. I don't want to disclose them, but you can see that in my Solana wallet, I have 4 Solana in this moment. And to just deposit the Solana, I'm just gonna put, 1 Solana. I click on deposit, it's gonna be deposited there. So it's just as simple as that. And likewise, you're gonna withdraw your Solana from here to there just by going into the withdraw tab. And yeah, it's just as simple as that. You can put a priority fee if you're really in a rush, but even if you leave it at 0.0001, you're not going to really experience delay, so I wouldn't recommend wasting money for the sake of it. So as I was saying, my referral Cipro is going to give you 40% off forever, but also you can get referral bonus. This is one of the strongest referral bonus campaigns that I've seen, even for people like you, not just influencers. And also your friends are going to get 10% trading off for every trade, so that is pretty good. Okay, so how does the whole thing work? Let's get straight to the point. So first of all, this is the platform. You can go into the new pairs tab. This is where I would recommend you do most of your gem hunting, but you can also go here and you're going to be exclusively selective of the tokens that launch on the Pump Fund, and they are available on Pump Fund right now. Then on the trading pair, on the new pairs, you can also see the trading pairs that come from Pump Fund but have made it already as a Jupiter or Radium pair. But if you want to see exclusively the ones that are on Pump Fund and haven't graduated, so to speak, yet, perhaps you're gonna get, better multipliers, but obviously the chances are that 99% of these are gonna go to 0 within a few hours. So always make sure to do your own diligence, and obviously don't take anything that I say as financial advice. See this as purely educational content only. And also there is a tab on Moonshot, which is even more risky in my opinion than Pump Fund. I would not recommend trading tokens on Moonshot. Usually the majority of tokens that I've seen launched on Moonshot are just copies of existing Solana trading pairs, so not something that I would would recommend. Here on holdings, you're going to be able to monitor your position, so you're going to see the profits and losses of everything that you have open for the moment. But now let's actually go to new pairs, because what I like is, the thing that I like the most actually is the hide rugs function. So right now it's enabled, but if I untoggle it, you're going to be able to see all the tokens that have been rugging in the last day or last few hours, which is definitely something that you need to be very well aware of. Some people might keep it. I honestly don't like to put it, because if something has gone 99% down, or if there's no liquidity, if I know that this project has just rugged, and if you can see obviously the 4 big indicators that are in the wrong side of things, you want to put hide rug, so you're gonna be able to simplify your view and do gem hunting more effectively. What are these 4 indicators? So the mint authority disable is extremely important. It's probably one of the most important thing, because if the mint authority is not disabled, it means that the token issuer, so the person that issued the smart contract, can essentially mint new tokens. So your tokens are going to be worthless, because new tokens are going to be created. And likewise for the freeze authority, it needs to be disabled. Otherwise the creator of the smart contract can pause transactions, and your tokens perhaps are going to be worth zero, because it's going to pull a rug pull on you. Liquidity burned, I mean, the liquidity should be burned, otherwise obviously it can pull a rug similarly. And the top 10, this is where you need to use your own experience, because the top 10 holders, obviously it shouldn't be more than 15% or 20%, but in sometimes there's some reasoning behind it, or maybe tokens have been burned, etc. So this I could pass on, but these first 3 things to me are just a no-brainer. So you can see, for instance, that everything looks good here, but the liquidity pool hasn't been burned, so there's still a chance of a rug even if the top 10 doesn't hold a significant amount. So really important things that you need to be aware of. You can also activate the instant buy. This is really if you want to snipe contract and you want to be as quick as possible. So if you do an instant buy, you basically predetermine your amount that you want to do an instant buy, and you click on here, and you're gonna be able to buy immediately, okay, without even double checking. I wouldn't recommend unless you're an expert, or unless you really know what you're doing, because you can just get devastated by something like this. So again, nothing that I would recommend, especially if you're a beginner or just getting started with Memecoins. Now, if you click on buy, there's a lot of things that you need to check and you need to be aware of. So first of all, the amount to buy. Here is some predetermined buys, so that make life easier, I would suppose, because for instance, you can say, I'm gonna buy 1 Solana, or I'm gonna buy half a Solana, and then you click on here and the transaction is gonna come through almost automatically based on the advanced settings that you're putting. So when it comes to slippage, the default is 10%. I would probably have 5% when it comes to buy, and perhaps 10% when it comes to sell, unless you're doing something that is extremely risky and you want to get out as soon as possible, as soon as there's a green candle. Then I would recommend even putting 30 to 50% slippage, but only use that setting for very high risk trades when you've seen a massive god candle and you want to get out of the project as soon as possible. The smart MEV protection, a lot of people don't even know what that is. It usually slows the transaction a little bit, but it prevents you from being victim to sandwich bot attacks. What are these? Basically, they are buys or sell, which are usually involving a big amount of money. So it could be 10 Solana, 15 Solana, or you name it. And then it buys and sells immediately, or it sells and buys immediately. And if you're trapped in between, you're gonna get a worse pricing, obviously. And the person that did the buy and sell is gonna make some money out of the transaction. And you're pretty much gonna get a worse entry or exit during the project, which is not ideal. I do not recommend keeping that enabled, because chances that this happens or that is so impactful to you, it's not that big of a deal. But I would recommend disabling if you're looking to getting transactions faster. But if you're not too fast about it, if you're just looking to accumulate, perhaps you can keep it enabled, but just be aware that it's going to slow down your transaction a little bit. Other things to look for is the bribery amount. This is not something that I recommend if you're trading with maybe Alpha Solana, but if you're using 3, 4, 5 Solana per trade, then the bribery amount makes sense, because it increases your success rate on pulling the transaction out and making the trade pretty much instant. So if you put a decent bribery amount, it could even be 0.01%, the chances the transaction goes instantly through are gonna be much higher. But if you're dealing with pennies, this is gonna add up. For instance, if you put this and you're trading in $20 and this bribery amount is $1, you're basically gonna lose a big amount of your trade, and it's gonna be harder to end up in profits, or you're just gonna subtract money out of your trading pool. So I would not recommend doing this if you're trading small amounts. So you can just put this to 0 and there's not a big of a deal, but obviously you're gonna have a higher success rate and the transactions are gonna be carried out quicker if you wanna enable it. The priority fee is very similar. I would recommend focusing first on the priority fees and then putting the bribery amount if you really want to put it. But AI optimized is what I would recommend, so you don't stress too much about it. But otherwise you can just put turbo fee, and it's actually not that high. If you're doing transactions that are very chunky, then I would put turbo. Otherwise just put AI optimized, which is gonna evaluate how busy the network is and how the gas fees should be. And if there's not a lot of volume, it's perhaps gonna go towards the low side. Or if there's a lot of volume and the transaction needs a little bit of a boost to come through, then it's gonna be set up to turbo. If you want to see the graph, you can click here on click graph and you're gonna see the indicator from DEX tools. So that is also good if you actually want to see the graph. Otherwise I would just recommend clicking on here and bam, you're gonna see the contract address and you can put it to DEX screener. And then if you're using two screens, this is probably what I would recommend, to have DEX screener on one side and Autosnipe on the other one. And then you click on the computer address, you copy and paste it on DEX screener, and you're able to see the chart. And here you're gonna have your right hand, your actual assistant, to buy and carry out transactions immediately. That is what I would recommend, and that is pretty much what I'm doing myself with my own trades. You can also see some extra details here when it comes to liquidity, the price, the supply, the market cap. But again, I would probably recommend having a DEX screener and Autosnipe set up, like I was saying 1 second ago. Even better than the new pairs, you could also just look around the top pairs and you can see the top pairs. For instance, I would recommend the 1 hour to 6 hours. I would disregard the 5 minutes and I would disregard the 24-hour if you're looking to actually snipe pairs. And I would focus in the 1 hour to 6 hours, 6 hours being the upper end and 1 hour being the lower end. And then here you're gonna be able to select your launches. And by the way, this is also super easy to use from mobile, so you don't necessarily have to use your laptop. And the limit order function, I haven't talked about it yet, but if you click on here on buy, instead of being on market, you go on limit, you're going to be able to set up limit orders. So you're going to be able to put a buy as soon as the project goes to a certain level of market cap or price in Solana or price in USD. So they make it as simple as possible. And you can even put an expiry date. So you can put it, to never expire or in 1 hour. So if the limit order doesn't get fulfilled in the next hour, then this expires, or you can put it to never expire. So it's always going to be there unless it gets fulfilled, obviously. Snippet setting can also be put for this one, and the same exact settings apply. This also is super easy, as I was saying, to use on mobile, so it's something that you might want to consider as well. If you're on the go, you're still able to sell your projects before you get rugged. So the fees that are charged for using this is 1%, but obviously you're gonna get a hefty discount if you use my referral link that is linked down in the description again. And it's only Solana focused right now, but they aim to introduce new chains in the futures like Ethereum, BNB, Avalanche, etc. And I would assume Base, obviously. So it's probably a matter of time before they get introduced, but you're getting into this project at a very early stage. So definitely something to keep in mind. Right now, it's focused exclusively on Solana. They also have a Telegram announcement channel and a Telegram group and a Discord. So they're very active on social media, and they're very useful if you have any questions on how the whole thing work, or if you're looking for a technical support. So this is pretty much it for this video. I want to hear from you if you've been using this, or if you're considering using this, or if you started using it and you want to feedback to me. That would be much appreciated. I want to hear your thoughts as always. And if you're looking to see what strategies I use to actually gem hunt for meme coins on a daily basis, then my private group is the place to be. The website obviously is the QR code that you see above my head, and it's also linked in the description as always. You might have a once in a lifetime opportunity to create generational wealth, this meme coin super cycle, so don't waste it. I hope to see you there and help you out with your crypto investing journey. And until then, take care for now.